Thank you for joining us today. I'm Devesh and I'll be your host. So, today marks the fourth session in the Creator Insights webinar series. And in today's session, we'll explore how Customer Portal works in Zoho Creator. Now, before we get started, here's some quick ground rules. One, all of the attendees will be on mute. So, if you have any questions, as you probably already did, ask them in the questions tab in the left hand side. Three, a recording of the session will be sent to all attendees in about a week. And four, we want you to participate in the post session survey to understand you better. Now, here's the agenda for today. We'll start with what is customer portals. Why does your business need a customer portal? Customer portal in Zoho Creator, and then we'll have a product demo. So let's back up a little bit. Let's start with what is a customer portal. So a customer portal, or we usually call it a self-service portal, is a web-based interface that gives customers complete visibility into their interactions with your company. So when you go to a customer portal as a customer, you can track key metrics like support requests and some other information like upcoming payments or upcoming orders. So a customer portal is available 24/7, 365 days a year, and you can easily access it through a desktop or a mobile device. Now, let's take a quick example of this. Now, imagine that you just bought a new pair of jeans online, but after you finalize your order, you realize that you put in the wrong address. And to fix it up before customer portals, you'd have to go to a sales, a service rep of the company, and they'll take some while. They'll put you on hold, and eventually they will just fix your address, and you'll probably say, hey, that's okay. But what if in the second go you gave the wrong size of the pants? Now do you have to do this all over again? I mean, with customer portals, no. So before customer portals, the only option you had was to make either another call or send in an email to these reps, and that would take a while. But now using customer portals, you can easily update these basic things about your order. And if you have some basic questions about like your order or things like that, you can easily find these answers in the customer portal. So this is a very important piece of software that relieves pressure on your customer service teams and provides more convenience to your customers. So customer service isn't what it once used to be. Today, most customers would rather solve their problems by reading posts online. Like you go on Google, you search for something, you find an answer, and you fix it up, than dropping an email or calling a customer support rep. Now, with increased dependence on self-service, it's almost necessary for most companies to have a customer portal for their business. Now, at customer, like in a portal, the business can collate all information that the end user requires. Now, let's see how your business can benefit from customer portal. One, it reduces customer service cost, which is very straightforward. If there are less number of people, calling up your rep has more time to talk to the customers, which we can see in the second point here. It improves agent productivity. With fewer calls and support tickets, agent fielding these inquiries from customers can spend more time with each customer who doesn't know how to use a self-service portal, or just wants to talk to someone. And by spending more time each customer, they usually improve the customer's experience. So when a customer fixes things on their own using a customer portal or these blogs, they learn new skills. So when I say new skills, I mean they figure out new ways to use your product and eventually get better at it. Customer portals leverage personalized information. So for example, if you go to an e-commerce store's customer portal, you can probably see your upcoming orders. If you go to your mobile phone vendor's mobile app, you can see upcoming payments and things like that. So it's like very relevant to your customer, and they quickly get the information that they need. So since it saves time, it gives them what they need. Customers are usually happy after this, and since they're browsing your website for answers, it boosts your site's traffic. Now, let's talk about Zoho Creator and how you can use it to build your own customer portal for your business. So, Zoho Creator is one of the pioneers in the low code space, and it's been around for more than a decade supporting businesses across the globe. So with Creator, you can automate almost any task and bring all your work under one roof, which ensures that your data and everything is streamlined. So, like any other low-code platform, Zoho Creator can be beneficial for facilitating digital transformation in the workplace, which is very important in the current scenario that we're in. And not just that, once you have a low-code solution like Zoho Creator, you can encourage your employees to build apps on their own. And these apps will help bridge various systems and build a well-connected communication system inside your entire workforce. So, finally, as I mentioned, it can help you become more productive and achieve your business goals. So now let's move on to the most awaited part of the session. Sukanya will do a live demo of Zoho Creator. Over to you, Sukanya.
Thank you, Divesh. Thank you for the brief introduction of what Zoho Creator and what Customer Portal is all about. Hi, guys. This is Sukanya from Zoho Creator team, and today I will be showing you on how to configure Customer Portal inside Zoho Creator. So let's take an example of an Amazon page where you sign in with your email address and password. And once you do that, you will be redirected to your accounts page when you click on my accounts, where you will be able to see all the information that pertains to your account. That is your orders, your login informations, your security password change, and your Amazon Pay balance. Everything that pertains to your account will be shown on your screen, right? Similarly, inside Zoho Creator, we have something called Customer Portal. So this is what Zoho Customer Portal is all about. Customer Portal enables you to provide the customers with a highly personalized and interactive service on web, mobile, as well as on tablet. So before going into the demo, we need to understand the two types of users inside Zoho Creator. One is the internal users who belongs to your organization, like your admins, your HR, and all the people who belongs to your organization are considered as users. While on the other hand, we have portal users. So portal users are all the users who are outside your organization, that is your vendors, your suppliers, right? Everyone is considered as your portal users. So for this kind of portal users, in today's session, we are going to demonstrate you on how to create a customer portal and how we are going to use the application, right? So let's move on to the demo. So hope you guys are able to see my screen. I have taken Zilker Quotation Management as an example for today's demonstration. So how this particular application works is that the clients will be requesting a request to this quotation request form, and which in turn will be coming in as a request for the internal users to create a quotation for the request the client has made. So in order to make a request, the client has to log into the application and he has to enter the information, right? So similarly, for that particular part, we are going to create a portal here. So we have multiple modules here, quotation modules, user modules to add up your users, products module to add up your products, the clients module to add up your clients. These are something all admin related activities. And here where the customer portal comes into the play, where the clients are going to log in and they're going to see the information. Here I have something called my request. So I have created a report here by applying a filter condition, which means like when I log in and when I enter my information or the request I'm going to make, I have to just see my own information, right? I should not be able to see other customers or other clients' information. So for that, what I've done is I have created a new report called my request, and I have applied a filter condition where client name dot email equals zoho dot login user ID, which means when I log in, I will just be able to see my own information, and that is filtered out based on my email address if it matches with the login address through which I have logged in Zoho. Just this filter condition I have given. Now let's go ahead and start creating customer portal or configuring customer portal for this app. So the first step would be, this is going to be a live mode. You have to go to the edit this application. So if you go into edit this application, there will be an option called settings here. So you can click on the settings. So as I was talking before, we have two types of users. So if they are going to be your internal users, you can add them under this user profile where all your internal users will be added up and the permission will be set up for them. Now we are going to set up customer portal. So I'm going inside the customer portal. So this is the place where we are going to configure the portal. I'm going to click on configure portal. So you can configure the portal either with the default URL that Zoho is going to provide, or you can also configure it using the custom domain. For example, if you have your own domain like portal.abc.com, so you can just do the DNS mapping. And if you could see in this, right, we will not be able to see Zoho Creator's name anywhere. For your customers, it would be looking like a rebranded application for them. For now, let me set up the default URL. So I'm clicking on default URL. Then we have three types of portal inside Zoho Creator. One is the public portal. Public portal is something like a self-registration portal. Like for example, people who register for any events, they are considered, for that, right, we can set it up as a public portal. That is, anyone with the portal link will be able to join. The second type of portal is a private portal. That is, only your invited customers will be able to join. Like when you have a list of vendors who supply goods to you or organization, then that list can be added up inside the private portal. The third type of portal is a restricted portal. That is, only the sign up approved by the admin or the super admin of the account will be able to access the portal. For this case, right, I can give you an example where you want to run a verification check on your vendors. Then you can just add them, then approve them before accessing the application. So depending upon your needs, you will be able to set up the portal type here. For now, let me go with the public one, because what I'm planning to do is that I'll be creating a portal and I will be keeping that link on my website, and my customers can click in the link on my website and then they will be able to register themselves. So for that, I'm setting it as a public portal. The next feature that we have is the portal permissions. So you will be able to create permissions for your users to have access to the data. So you don't want your clients to see all the information that is present inside the system, right? So we have something called custom permissions here. So you will be able to set up permissions here. Let's see how to set up permissions. So you can click on custom. When you come under this, a page opens up for you where you can give the name of the permission set. So I'm going to give it as clients or client profile, whatever name you want, you can give it here. You can also give a description if needed, right? Now, this is the place where we are going to set up the permission. So all the modules that we have inside our account will be listed out here. And what access that you want to give? Access is to adding the data to the form. View is to seeing the report. Edit and delete are updating the information or deleting the information. Then under more, we have view all, import all. Like if you want to give them access to see all the products, maybe you can give it like view all. And import, export, modifier. Depending upon the permission set, you will be able to set up the permissions here. So for me, for this particular use case, I want them to request a quotation, that is add a quotation. So I'm giving them the access. Then I want them to see their own request. I don't want them to see all requests. So I'm just going to give my request here. And I want them to edit their request and I want them to delete their request. So I'm not giving any other permission set here. Only these permission set I'm going to give for my client's profile. So I have set it up and have saved my permission set here. So once this is done, our portal is almost set. Now we have other features like customization and how it should look like, that we will be doing it here, right? So we have set up the permissions. Next is so if you have set up the permissions there, it will automatically appear here. Your client's profile is the one that we have set up and it's appearing here. Next is the authentication. So how do you want your customers to be authenticated? So for example, if they should be allowed to log in with their Gmail account or Facebook account, you will be able to set it up here. It's like a federated login. Or you can log in with your Gmail account and Facebook account. You can just authenticate yourselves and you'll be able to access that. Or we can also set up SAML configuration. SAML configuration is security assertion markup language, where one login for all the customer portal apps built in Zoho Creator. So just by using one login, like a single sign-on, they will be able to access all the customer portal applications that you are going to create. So these are the two types of authentication that we have. So based on your requirement, you can set it up. Then the next feature is the email notification. So when I add a customer to the portal, they should get an invitation, right, to accept the invite and to access the application, set up their password and all the things, right? For that, we have a feature called email notification. The first thing here is that you will be able to configure from which email address should this email get triggered. The reset password template and invitation template, from which email address should it get triggered, can be configured here. This would be the default one. If you want to add any new email address, like your admin email address, your company's a specific email address that you want to tag in here, you can just click on add email address. You can add your email address here and verify it, and then all the emails will be triggered through that. Then we have a place where you can customize the invitation template. So if you click on the edit option here, it will open up a page where you will be able to customize the template. Hi, username, you have been invited to access. So if you want to customize something, add more colors here, change the color format, and all the customization can be done here, and you will be able to save the option here. So this is to customize, like you can add your own logos. We give you a provision to add the logos here. Similarly, whatever customization, any links if you want to provide, you'll be able to do it. And similar to this, we also have an option to customize the reset password template. For example, if they have forgotten the password, they need a way to reset their password, right? So this is how the reset password invitation would look like. A link will be given where they will be able to reset the password. Again, all the customization is applied for this template as well. So we have seen about how to customize the template. The next one is the page customization. So I showed you a login page, right, before starting the demo session. So you will be able to customize the login page, the look and feel of the login page. So if you click on edit here, right, you will be able to add up your own logos, any background changes or color changes if you want to do, you will be able to do that under this particular page. So let me refresh this. Let's see how to customize the page. It's not only for the login page. We will be able to customize this for the sign up page, the password reset page, because you want to give your customers the look and feel of your particular account or particular company's feel, right? So for that, we have given you a provision to edit it. So it will just load up this page. Let's wait for some time. Yeah, it is loaded up. So here, right, we have something called settings. You can click on this settings. So this background image, you will be able to add it up. Let me select a background image. So you can either select it from the desktop, or if you have stored it somewhere, you will be able to bring it on. So I've just added a background image. So any border thickness, if you want to give, you can just give it up here. So all the customization are possible. And any logos or any headers, if you want to add, you'll be able to add it up here. And you can save it. Similar to this, you will be able to customize the sign up page as well as the password reset page. So once we have set up all this, right, so we also provide you an option to enable and disable the portal. When you click on the settings, right, so we give you an option to enable or disable the option, disable the portal. The place where this comes into place is if you want to change something or if you want to modify something to your portal configuration, then you can just make this particular portal status as disabled, so that it will show up a message like under maintenance to your customers. And once you have made up the changes, you can just click on enable so that the portal will be active again, right? And also, right, as I was talking about, you can either use the creator domain, this particular link, you'll be able to use it, or you can also map your custom domain and you will be able to verify it. So how the verification process works is that, so when you give portal1.ptripping.in, so once you give this and try to save it up, right, there will be an option called verify now here. So you will be able to verify it. So we from Zoho, right, give you the name and the destination here. You have to just map these two values in your DNS portal, maybe GoDaddy or whatever DNS portal that you have. You can just map it up. So once the mapping is done, everything will be in a customized format. That is, everything will be a rebranded one rather than having the Zoho themes and Zoho URL there, right? So for now, let me put it up as the customer Zoho created domain itself, and let me save it up. So I have saved this. So we have set up all the configurations now. So our portal is almost ready. but I have to add my customers here, right? So how does this adding works? So for example, there are three ways by which you will be able to add up your customers here. One is a self-registered way. That is, if you give this link on your portal or maybe on your website, right, they can just click on this particular link. They will be able to see a sign-in page where they can sign in using their email address or password. If they are not signed up already, we give you a sign-up page as well, where they can start giving their email address, their name, captcha, they can set up their own password and self-register themselves. This is the first way to add up the customers. The second way is to manually adding the users here. So we give you an option to add customers here. You can just click on add customer. You can give the email address here, whatever is your client's or your vendor's email address, you can just give it up here. I'm just giving a random mail ID. You can click on here and you will be able to select the permissions. All the permission sets that you have defined will be appearing here. You can select it up and you will be able to add it inside the portal. So they will be automatically added. And also we give you an import option. For example, if you have all your clients in an Excel sheet, you can just drag and drop your Excel sheet here and you can select the permission set and import it so that all the clients details that is there in an Excel sheet will be automatically imported. So the first one is self-registration, where your clients can register automatically by themselves or manually coming up and adding the users here. The third way is to adding through scripts. So under workflows, right, if you go under workflows, we give you an option to add your customers via Deluge scripting language. For example, let's take the client's form here. So when you add the client's information in the add clients form, I want my customers to be automatically added to the portal. For that, I will be writing a script on successful submit of this particular portal to add up my customers. So I'll be going under workflows. So as you all know, all the automations will be done through the workflows. So in add clients form, on successful form submission, I'll be creating a script here. So I'll be going under that. I'll be creating add new action, right? So we have a function to add our users directly to the portal. So I'll be going under Deluge script. Deluge script is a native scripting language for Zoho. So this is how the code goes on. This app dot, right, portal. So we are going to add it inside the portal. Portal dot assign user in profile. I'll be giving the values here. And the user should be the email address that I provide, right? So I'll be giving input dot email. That is, the email address that I provide here should be added directly to the portal. So I'm calling this email address field here. And to which profile you want them to be added. So I want them to be added inside the client's profile. But here we need to make sure that the values that we have given or the permission set that we have given under customer portal is same as the value that we have here. So it's going to be clients. That's it. You have to give it up here and you have to end it with a semicolon. And you can save the script. It's saving up. So maybe in the email also we can send out the different codes that we have to directly add users to the portal. While sending out the email, we'll be sending out the links as well. So now I'm clicking on done. Let me access the application. So it's just opening up the app. Access this application. So we have set up the workflow to directly add the data from the add clients form to the portal. So I'm opening up the application in the live mode. It's taking some time. Yeah, it's opened up. Now I want to go under the clients module because I have configured the workflow here. So I'm going to add clients, right? So here I'm going to add one of my email address to test it out whether this is working fine. So I'll be adding up Sukanya. I'll be giving up an email address here. right? And these are some of the mandatory information that needs to be filled out. I just filled out this and I'm submitting this information. So I've submitted this. Let's see if that is getting added to the portal. So I'm going to edit this application. I'm going under settings. So we have settings here. And under settings, we have customer portal, right? So I'm going under the customer portal to check if this has added here. If you could see, this is manually added my email address here. That is, while accessing the portal, I just added the data through a form. And while adding the data to the form, it got directly added up here as well. So now what happens is that the next step would be this particular email address would have got an invite to access our portal. So I've just opened up. So if you could see, we have gotten an email invitation to access the portal. Since we did some customization of changing the color, it has changed to blue color. Likewise, you can customize it as per your needs. You can click here. So it has shown me like, please click here to create a new password to complete the sign up process. So I can just click here and I will be able to set up my own password, right? And I will be able to see the information that I have access to. I'm creating a password for my portal. When I log in as a client, right, if you could see in our live mode, we had multiple modules of creating quotation, adding up users, products. But as I am logged in as a client now, I'm just able to request something and see my request. Since I have not added up anything and nothing is popping up for me, but when I add it up right, so I can just add the data. What is the quantity I would require? Fridge, what is the quantity I would require? I can just submit this information here. Once I submit it, I will be able to see the information that I've submitted in the My Request view. Similarly, in the admin's view, right, admin will be able to see the request that a particular client has raised. So if you could see here in quotation request, if you go to all request, the quotation that was raised by Sukanya is automatically populating here. Now the client, admin will be able to start creating quotation for that. So this is how you will be able to create a portal and you'll be able to manage your users and the things that they have to see inside the portal using the customer portal. So let me walk you through an example that I have. Retripping example that we created. This is one of the application that we created through Zoho portal, where we have rebranded the portal link here. If you could see here in my demo that I've created now, I have not done the custom domain mapping. So I'm able to see creator's name everywhere, creator POC99 Zoho creator portal. But since I have done a custom domain mapping here, I'm able to see portal.vtripping.in. Like I'm not able to see Zoho creator's name anywhere. And I have done a background, I've added few backgrounds, then I have a sign in page. Now, right, I can just sign in myself and I will be able to see the information. I'm just logging in as a customer. So I'll just log in as a customer here. Sign in. Okay. Gmail.com. I'm just signing in. If you could see, I have my own page, my own profile I'm able to see all the data that I am supposed to see. Like I can go to my profile and I will be able to see all my co-travelers list, the total trips I have taken. I can see my profile picture and all the things that pertains to my account. I'm able to see it here, right? So this is how you'll be able to set up customer portal and you'll be able to give access to your customers.
Let's move on to questions and answers now. Can you guys ask all of your questions in the questions tab, and Sukanya will pick them up?
Yeah, sure. We have few questions here. So George has asked, can we give access and assign profile and permission? Yes, as I showed in the demo, right, you'll be able to give access, and later you can also come back to the portal setup page and you will be able to assign profile or permission set for your customer portal users. And Akshay has asked, please correct me if my understanding is right. I have a requirement where the customer needs to view or edit the submission they have made. For this, a simple report plus filter condition can do the job right. Or will I still need a portal? Yes, you will be able to create a report and a filter condition. But if you could see in my demo as well, I have filtered it out based on email address equals to zoho.login user ID. That zoho.login user ID comes in only when you have a portal and you have an email address through which you have logged in. Based on that login user ID only, we will be able to filter out this data. So you need to have a portal if you want your customers to filter out certain piece of information and see the data. Deepa Govind has asked, we have customer profile as membership, bronze, gold, and silver via Deluge. Can we move a customer from one role to another, or should it be done manually? So what you can do is that you can maintain a form with the email address and maybe the membership as bronze, gold, and silver. On update, like if you're going to make some user from bronze to gold, right? So on update of that form, you need to call assign user in profile script that I just showed you in the demo. Like if you call like this app.portal.assign user in profile, input.email equals to like whatever you want to move it for. If you call that, it will be automatically updated when you edit a record. So it just depends upon under workflows where you're going to call the script. If you call it in on edit, it will be automatically updated there. Next, we have a question from Mitesh Mohan. How many development hours required to make a portal like V-Tripping travel portal? So it totally depends. Like if you have a well-versed skill with HTML and CSS, it's going to be like maybe 2 or 3 days you will be able to build it up, because portal setup is something like a configuration that you need to do and adding up backgrounds and everything. Portal setup is totally easy. Just it depends on how complex your home page or the page that you're going to see looks like. The time has or the development has totally depends upon the requirement that you have. If you are well versed in HTML, CSS, it's going to be really easy for you to develop. Liam Cunliffe has asked, we have an expense application within our business where technicians who don't have Zoho emails need to use application to make an expense screen. Is it possible to set up a customer portal for them to access the expense form? Yes, exactly. You are right. So if they are not part of your organization's domain, like if they are using Gmail or Yahoo, it's not at all an issue with customer portal. They will be able to log in with their personal email address like Gmail and Yahoo, and they will be able to access your expense forms. Sumaya Javed has asked, but I'm not able to profile in my Zoho Creator app. I can only add permission. Is that both the same? So profiling, right? Profile or roles can be set up only for users. For customer portal users, everything can be set up under the permissions itself. Whatever profile you want to create, just create them as permissions, right? Like clients, vendors, suppliers, just create them and tag in your customer portal users to that. That's it. So it's not like profiles and permissions are same when it comes to the customer portal. Karthi Vidya has asked, we have a blog built using Zoho Sites. We have customer portal using Zoho Creator. We are building a mobile app using a third-party app. I want the same login for all three. Is it possible to have the same credentials? Okay. As I said, right, we can use the same credentials, but we have to use any third party, like I showed you in SAML, you have to use any third party provider to link in all these three together. Once you have done that, using the same email address, they will be able to, like an SSO, they will be able to log in and use it. Liam, again, will there be a workshop on how to make a dashboard like the V-Tripping one that look really good? Yeah, sure, we can arrange one. So as Devesh asked, like what are the different sessions that you would like for in the next upcoming webinars, you can just post this one. We will maybe take this into consideration, and we will have a particular session for just for creating dashboards like V-Tripping. Sure, Liam, we will take this as your request. Then Salvador has asked, how many users support the portal? I guess you're asking how the number of users you can have inside the portal. It totally depends upon the number of plans. So the portal starts with 250 users, right? So minimum of 250 portal users should be there in the premium plan. And there is no upper limit for that. The minimum limit is 250, and you will be able to add on as much as you want. And it totally depends upon your plan that you go for. Prabhas has asked, can we update the Zoho ticketing system when the user submits a creator form? Update the Zoho ticketing system. Ticketing system, are you referring to Zoho Desk, Prabhas? I'm not sure which one you're referring to. But if it's Zoho Desk, yes, we can do that. So we can just call an API, and whenever there is a form submitted and created, that can automatically update in Zoho Desk or create new tickets in Zoho Desk. Or if the Zoho ticketing system is something that you have created within Created itself, even that is possible. Just by using a lookup, you'll be able to do it. Do I have time, Divesh, to take up more questions?
Yeah, I think we can take up three, four more questions.
Okay, perfect. So Ruchika Gupta has asked, if we have different application created in Creator, can we have a common portal login where the users can interact with different application from one login? Yes, Ruchika, as I showed in my demo, right? In authentication, if you go under settings, customer portal and authentication, we have something called SAML authentication, that is security assertion markup language. That is one login for all the customer portal apps built on Zoho Creator. Once you set it up, you'll be able to have one common portal login for all the applications that you have built. Deepa Govind, looking forward to dashboard sessions as well. Thanks for suggesting. Sure, Deepa, we will take this into consideration and we will soon have a dashboard sessions for you all.
To those whose questions haven't been answered, we'll email them to you later. And if you're interested in trying Zoho Creator, please visit our homepage, zoho.com/creator, and try it for yourself. We have a 15-day free trial where you guys can access all the premium features, and you don't need to sign in with your credit card. So we have come to an end to this session. For any questions, please feel free to write to us. If you're a customer, write to us at support@zohocreator.com. And if you're new to Creator, please write to us at presales@zohocorp.com. Thank you guys for joining us today. We hope this session helped you learn new things. We'll see you in the next session. Thank you.